So I thought we would start today. Also, I want to mention your musicians who are here on Bajo Quinto. We have Ernesto Bernal Gonzalez, who is your nephew, right?
Right.
And he's the Bajo Quinto. And then we have a Bajo Sexto, which is kind of an interesting thing combo to have with James Ariola here, who also plays with Los Palominos, also a very important group, right? In Houston. And he is a guest artist on the recording that I just mentioned, right? So, I thought we would just start with a little bit about just how you got into this music. What drew you to it? How you got the accordion? I don't know if you want to go all the way back there and maybe even kind of give us a little demonstration of what you learned. Let's take a little trip down memory lane, way back there. See what we can do. But, I know a lot of you know the history, but there may be some people that don't really know a little bit of it. Plus, it'll be fun to get them to tell us some stories. What do you think?
Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of this special event. It's a blessing for us to be here and be able to share some of our music. I praise the Lord for this opportunity and thank you for being here. Yes, I started a long time ago. I recall I was about 8 or 9 years old when we lived in Kingsville, Texas. My mom and my dad separated, got divorced, and we came from McAllen to Kingsville. And I used to pass to this home where they would have gospel singing with the guitars, and I loved the way they played those guitars. And one day this man came over selling a guitar, and I told my mom, buy it, I'm going to learn how to play it, and I'm going to help you. My mom used to clean apartments and homes, take care of the family, 2 brothers, 3 sisters, my mom and I. And we lived in poverty, and my mom bought that guitar, and I started, in a few weeks I was playing something on the guitar, and this man came over and asked me to go play with him in the cantinas, in the bars. He was an accordionist, and my mom agreed, and at midnight I was shaking the guitar and getting all the coins that would tip me, and that would help my mom. But I also learned to play the accordion as watching him play. And my brother Eloy was with the Lord already, learned to play the Bajo Sexto, and we formed Paulino Bernal. I was 13 years old when we did our first recording, and it became a hit. And we started touring all over the state of Texas, playing in dance halls, and then into New Mexico, Arizona, California, and into Colorado, Wyoming, Nebraska, Washington, Oregon, all the way to Michigan, Ohio, and down to Florida. And we used to play professionally and started making a lot of money in there. Recordings started coming, and we were doing great. And that's as far as I want to go right now, unless you have some other
Oh yeah, I have other things, but why don't can we have a little music? Maybe you can go back to what you played first, something that you learned, some of the earliest, I don't know if you want to do that, but
well,
or in the style in which you had played at that time.
Yes, we can play one of those first polkas. 1, 2, 3. And then I recall another, this waltz, I learned it from my grandfather. My grandfather used to play in dances also when they would make dances in the patios of the homes. And he would play the violin and the other instruments, and they would play in dance halls. And I learned this waltz from him, and I would like to share it with you this afternoon. My brother Eloy and I did a lot of recordings with Discos Ideal, Armando Marroquin and Mr. Bentancur from San Benito and Alice, Texas. And all our recordings were dedicated to polkas and guapangos and waltzes and redobas. But there was two dance halls in Kingsville, and I know there's some people here from Kingsville. There was Junior's Patio, and then there was El Jardín and Cabrera's Patio. And those three places would hold dances on the weekends. And of course, we would play at Junior's Patio where the conjuntos would play. But I wanted to play in the other halls too, but they would only hire orchestras and that type of music. And so, in order to get in there, I said, I'm going to be playing in those halls one of these days. So we started playing orchestra music also in the accordion. And we introduced the trio, the three-voice harmony with coming from Trio Los Panchos and Los Tres Reyes, which were my favorite trios. And we learned a lot of their songs, and soon we were playing a lot of boleros and cha-cha-chas and all that with our music, with our accordions. And sure enough, they invited us to go play in these halls also. Soon we were playing in all three of them. And one day we were invited by an orchestra from Phoenix, Arizona, Mr. Pete Bogarin. And he invited us to go play with him during the summer. He would make a tour with his orchestra, and my brother and I would form the Paulino Bernal using their drummer and their bass player. And while during the intermission we would play with the accordion, and all the people just gathered to hear the singing, the trios, and all the songs that we would record. And when the orchestra played, I would play the bass with the orchestra, and I learned a lot of their music, and I introduced it into the accordion, and did always trying to better our music and adapt to different people, and it really helped our conjunto and all our recordings using different types of Mexican groups, trios, I'm sorry, and the orchestra, and combining it into the conjunto. A lot of the somebody asked me about a polka that I composed, and it was dedicated to my cousin's daughter, Idalia. And I would like to share it with you, one of my polkas. And somebody asked me, how did you create that polka? Well, very, very simple. I would do some of these chords. These chords, I would play them in the boleros, and all I did was make some runs into those chords and put it into polka tempo. And I would like to share this Idalia polka with you.